Now let's talk about the other thing that I was concerned with was the stitching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So why don't you discuss that a little bit with our viewing audience?
Well, do you remember what your x-rays used to look like? I mean, back with your old system, what they used to look like when you did a full spine?
No. Remind me.
Well,
I don't know what you're looking for.
You would have
They were
typically...
14 by 36 films that was all shot one time. I was concerned about having two separate shots.
Two separate ones, one of them not being right, not being properly aligned, maybe taking too long, having, before it was just, one shot and it was easy.
Right.
But what you probably found, and maybe not the case with this particular patient, but patients that have that, larger size stomach.
The centripetal obesity.
Yes.
I learned that term. I already knew it, but it's a good term.
Well, someone that your technique, when you're shooting an x-ray,
yeah,
the technique, you usually are going to collimate or have it to a certain area. So if you're going to base the mass and everything that you create your technique with for someone up here, it's going to be blown out up here, one or the other is going to be blown out. Right. So the benefit to having the ability to stitch them is you can do a different technique for this region, a different technique for this region, and then it gives you this beautiful image.
Right.
Typically this would take, to get this type of stitch image, less than 30 seconds.
Right.
So you do one shot, you move the cassette or the wall ducky stand down, do another shot, you've got everything there, it's going to automatically stitch them together, and then you can see this type of image, and then do all your markings as you've done already. Right,
and we do a lot of, not that this one's really marked up because she had the fracture, it was more important for me to get her to Hogue than worry about, we do a lot of Gonstead markings, barge markings, in addition to the biophysics markings. But I mean, the tools in the... One of the things I wanted to ask you too is because Dan Barry and Barry Anderson with Everest Coaching, they do flexion extension studies. Do you know how to do that on... it's called the pennies analysis. Is that working?
Yes. Yeah, we were just talking about that. So we will do...
Will you show me how to do that?
To be able to do 3 different shots is what you're looking to do?
I want to do flexion, extension, and then measure the difference and show them lack of mobility in segments.
Yes, we can do that.
Okay, perfect. For those of you Everest Coaching people, let's see here. Let's do the lateral lumbar here. And again, you can blow that sucker up as big as you want. That's what I like, because you can really, like, if you got a spur, there's not any spurs on this person, but if you got somebody that's got spurs, you can really highlight it. You can show foraminal encroachment, disc thinning. I mean, to me, pictures are worth 1,000 words. Give me any other benefits to why we should go digital?
Well, tell me when before, when you used to take a film and put it on a light box.
Yeah.
What was the reaction from the patient that came in?
I don't remember.
I mean, typically what most people say is they look at it like a general X-ray, like a regular doctor that's talking to them. They see it, they don't understand it as much because there's not this explanation here.
Right.
Here you can, when someone sees this, do they get the idea, right?
Plus, they're just, here's what I think. People today expect the thoroughness that we deliver in our office here, but they also expect you to be somewhat technologically savvy. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be breaking out your slide rule when you're, trying to figure out their payment plan. You want to use stuff that's congruent to what they're used to in society. So I think people, and I'm super, 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 super low tech, even though you see me all over Facebook. You got to understand that I type like, that's why my typing's so bad on Facebook, is because I type like this.
Yeah.
So I'm very low tech. So originally when you guys came to me, I was really kind of like, I'm more analog than I am digital. So no more film, no more processing, super easy to mark, super quick images, no bad pictures. I mean, it's a no-brainer, okay? And again, the only reason I'm promoting is because I personally believe something. When I believe in something, I'm going to sell it, okay? Like, I believe in chiropractic stuff. So number one, I get them to understand the severity of the subluxation. I get them to explain to me back what a subluxation is. I get them to understand the seriousness of spinal degeneration and how we can equate that to dental decay. And I get them to understand the ramifications of having a nerve irritation. Yeah, you can turn that back on. And the next thing that I'd like to do is go to down here to Bruce Goldsmith And right now we haven't got it up yet. Oh, how do I get out of here? See, I'm not really good. I'm going to hit this right here.
Come back down here? Is that
okay, so I'm doing therms on everybody too, because therms are fast, and I actually feel therms have some type of diagnostic value. So I'm doing CLA therms on people, and we're also doing a line of bod. We take a postural shot of people, both frontal and lateral, and the main reason I do that is because I like to have pictures of people so I don't forget who they are. And for some reason they don't forget to do that. But I love this, and patients really love this. So like you got a C5 fracture, that can cause, you know, pressure on the nerves in your arms and hands. Thank God that lady didn't have any of that stuff going on. But thyroid, a lot of women have thyroid issues, and nerves in the neck also go down the arms and hands and into the heart. She had a little encroachment L5, which is bladder, large intestine, and then, you know, she's got a mid-back thing. So this is basically the old school. Can you show the old school one there? Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, I have probably 5 of these right now. Neural pathlators, which to me was one of the best investments I ever made. Now this just takes it to the next level. So I love the neural pathlator. Do the therms, do the line of bod. We do inclinometry on people. We measure all that stuff. And then we just basically tell people the truth. And, you know, you just got to make, you figure out, there's so many things I could talk about in the R.O.F, and I'll do more on this, but I just wanted to bring the x-ray portion in tonight. But you really want to get drawn out of the people how it affects their lives, and on both family, hobbies, and how it affects their work, and show them this, you know, this back pain is significant, and then teach them what a subluxation is, and teach them what a prolonged subluxation, i.e. degeneration, and literally a shorter life. So now if anybody needs to get in contact with you, what is the best way to get in contact with you? This is Chad Hutchison.
Chad Hutchison with Dicom
And you have the
Solutions.
coolest son.
Oh.
Dude, that picture you put on Facebook the other day was epic.
He's
with a little suit on.
He's going to be a lady killer.
Yeah, you're going to have trouble. Well, you're going to have trouble. I'm glad he's, you know, if I was a...
105, 107. I mean, it was really, really bad. And it just like fever that just would never go away. Yeah. And after first adjustment, he didn't have that since. It's just been perfect.
Did you hear that?
And I mean, you see him running around.
Chad's a millionaire now.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's great. And the thing is what you do here, it explains it.
Right.
It makes sense, and that's the biggest thing. Education.
Right.
That's one thing I was really impressed. First time you came in, you didn't. Even though he had stuff running out of his nose, you didn't dust him. You didn't.
He was a mucus factory.
Oh yeah, you're like, let's sit down. Me and my wife sat down with you, and you took us through this process. And you guys have already been to other chiropractors. That's why. You know, you got to be really strong and convicted with what you believe, and you got to be really big on what you teach, and that's why, I mean, you got to teach, man. I mean, because people don't know. I mean, I've been to CalJam 3 or 4 times now, and been to conferences one right after the other where I hear people speak about the importance of it, but it never clicked to the importance, and there's not as many people. That's one thing I'm really glad that you do. You really talk about, you know, kids and getting them involved within chiropractic care. Right. And it's definitely changed me. I'm not up every single night with him with problems with fevers or runny nose.
Right. It's nice to sleep.
Oh yeah. I mean, it puts a toll on everything in life.
Right. Okay, let's get back to, because they already know the benefits of chiropractic.
But from a patient coming in, seeing an X-ray and seeing this is something side by side.
And then the thermography, which we're going to lay over it as soon as CLA fills me in on how to get this connected here, so I don't have to do it on another computer. So how do they get a hold of you? Dicom Solutions.
DicomSolutions.com. You can either find me on Facebook, Chad Hutchison. You can give me a call. Our 800 number is 800-377-2617.
And you'll put that on the right here. Thank you.
You can email me, Chad, at DicomSolutions.com. Or we have a Facebook page. You can get a hold of us on there as well. Or I'm sure if someone reaches out to you, you'll pass them on over.
We do it all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, dude.
Hey,
thanks for coming down today.
Hey.